Welcome to Take 10. Now, it might be a little unusual how I approach this sixth chair in the lobby of your mind, but it will protect you far greater than you could ever imagine. No, it can't take the place of courage. It can't take the place of the willingness to bear pain. We have to do that in our role toward success, because if we don't, the pressure will come. No, it will not take away from you knowing about control and the fact that you can't blame everybody else. You have to be in full control and be repetitively yielding yourself to God. Cannot take the place of attention to detail and money sense. But number 6 chair is going to bring you strength for the rest of your life. I did not understand this. And now, in my latter years, I am using this tool greater than I have ever used it. It's called respect for time. Life's greatest gift is time. As I see the gray hair coming and falling out, and I see myself wrinkling up, and I cannot do some of the things I used to do, one thing I am enjoying is time. I understand that I could have enjoyed this for a lifetime, but I was under the impression that everybody is raced and pushed for time. There's 4 aspects of time that we're going to deal with today that will help you as this chair gets firmly seated in the strength and absolute warfare, strong times. I'm looking for the correct word to say. This is like a tank in an army that shoots the biggest gun. And the greatest aspect of this is not one of the 4. Because if you don't realize the greatest gift you have is time, and you don't respect your own time, no one else will respect your time. I'm not talking about being too busy. The weak among you will always say, oh, they're too busy, they don't have time for me. When the truth is, we have time for everyone, and we have time for all things. And we make things available to a lot of folks, to those that serve underneath us, and through those that we manage through, to give everyone proper time. If you tell someone, I just don't have time, then you have a poor choice of words. But you have all the time you're going to get. And repetitive time management reaps the reward of life in every area, including your leisure time. Did you know that my wife and I never took a vacation that was not with someone or had an agenda of a conference to minister? All the airfare that we have spent traveling through the years, annually going multiple places, living overseas, working hard, all the motorhomes, all the big buses I've owned, all the things that I've had, they had me. I didn't have them. They pushed me for time. I didn't have them pushed for time. And because I didn't respect time, I was never in the luxury of free time. Some people just don't understand that leisure time is a daily thing. Sometimes I get up early to have leisure. Sometimes I stay up late. I actually watched a game last night in the current Rockets Timberwolves finals, and I don't know a lot about basketball. But in the last few years, I just like something to go that I don't have to push and make happen. And I enjoy seeing men battle for these rewards of life in a time management. I mean, nothing's like coming down to the wire and trying to shoot that last basket to gain the reward of a championship. But they practice it at every quarter. Every quarter you watch in a basketball game, somebody's trying to make a basket at the very last minute. Why? Because they're practicing for that time when it will make a difference. So when you begin to respect your own time, others will begin to see that you have time marked out, and you have time for them as well. So I jotted down 4 things just in the session here while I'm taping this, and yes, that first element of it is respect. I respect your time. I don't want to waste any. That's why these sessions are 10, 11 minutes long, because I know you're just running to beat the band. Here comes the band, going to march over you. Discouragement's hitting you every which way. You're having to battle everything you can battle. And the last thing you need is somebody who does not respect your time. When I go to preach, I ask them, how long do you want me in the pulpit? Because gone are the days when I am so important that I can preach for an hour and a half, 2 hours. My father could preach 2 hours and never even let up. Some I heard preach for 3 hours. Well, coming from a preacher family, I can tell you they would never make it in this day and age. Because sometimes I'm told 26 minutes, sometimes I'm told 41 minutes. I came to embrace that because it is a respect for the time, where all things and all functions have come together for a purpose, and that's to make a place for souls to be born again and to be trained to rule and reign in the kingdom. You that are listening to me today, take inventory of how you respect other people's time. Are you on time? Are you early? If you come early, do you wait in your car until it's time for you to knock on the door and walk in? Or do you expect them to receive you early? Do you call ahead and say, hey, I'm running a few minutes early. How's it look? Most of the time, they'll invite you on in. But the truth is that your respect for other people's time will come back in a great reward to respect for your time. In doing so, you'll learn a second aspect of time that perhaps you've lived in. There's some people that you invest time in. I love young pastors. I love young businessmen. You can get me on a hook almost every time if you want me to invest in you. Now, I like rewards, and the rewards are seeing you go with some of the things that we've discussed, and they become a great power to you. Or to see you try it and come back and say, that didn't work, and we go again and we try again. If I want to spend time with someone, to invest time in them, I will put aside everything else. I'll hold phone calls. I may say, I'm expecting a call. I'll take it, get off as soon as possible, and they know that I'm investing time in them. But most of the time, I just clear the deck and invest in those folks. And I'm going to tell you, once that respect of time comes, the supernatural kicks in, and I can tell you that many times, and my office can tell you that many times my phone will not ring the whole time that I'm doing something that is in divine management. Now, there are great courses out there. There's all kinds of things you can go and get to do time management. My wife is a daytimer user. There's all that. I am not talking about any of that. I want you to realize that time wasters are coming. But if you choose to invest your time, you also must choose to have joy and enjoy time with other people. I made a phone call 2 weeks ago to an older man of God who is a powerhouse, reaching his 80s, and I asked him, I said, I want to come down and spend, my wife and I want to come and spend a couple of hours with you and your wife, or maybe 4 or 5 or 6 hours. We'll come in early afternoon and spend till the evening. When would be a good time for you? We'll clear our schedule. Oh, he said, you're far busier than I am. Just pick a day. I said, oh no, you pick a day. You tell me what day you think, and I will come. And we had the best time. When I went out to eat with him and his wife, we were just laughing and enjoying and gaining those nuggets of wisdom that you gain. And it came time to pay for the meal. He wanted to pay. I said, never. I am investing in this time. I am enjoying this time. I respect this time. And I know how it is to get older and not need people hanging at your house till 12, 1 o'clock in the morning. So we left early. We left bedtime. Off we went, and the joy of that was strong because we respected time. And the last thing that I want to say today is you got to get control of the time wasters. So when you begin to have respect for time, be lenient. Know that you sowed a lot of bad seeds. Know that maybe you have to pull things back into line in your own personal life. But you have all the time you're going to get. And if you can begin to do those things and pay attention to detail, know that control is in your grasp. Know that you're going to have some pain with it. Things will begin to come into line concerning the respect for time. And in the lobby of your mind, some things don't get any time. You just don't have time for it. Just let it go, and you'll begin to grow. God bless you. I'll see you next time on Take 10.